Hi again, Greg Bell, the News Tribune here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, wearing my koi necktie that my 14-year-old daughter lovingly bought for me this summer in Kyoto, Japan. I bring that up because this tie and Russell Wilson's magical game-winning one-touchdown play at this end zone were the two best things I saw on Sunday. The rest of the day, I thought Doug Baldwin put best was, quote, ugly as hell. Seahawks won 12-9 over San Francisco, a team that has yet to score a touchdown this season, a team that has won just twice in its last 18 games going back to the end of 2015. But the Seahawks have just one touchdown themselves this season. It was right here in this end zone, as I said, Russell Wilson on 3rd and 6 midway through the fourth quarter, Seahawks trailing 9-6. All four of the 49ers rushing on the play got to Wilson. The 4 pass rushers beat the 5 Seahawks offensive linemen, something that's happened time and again in these first 2 games of the season. Wilson escaped 2 of them by making them run into each other. He had such an improvisational run route. Ran to his left, ran forward, and then ran back away from another pass rusher. Paul Richardson, who by the way had a compound fracture of his right ring finger in the first quarter, had to go into the locker room, get it sewn up, and then return to the game. Richardson broke off his route, juked San Francisco's Rashard Johnson in the left side of the end zone. Wilson, running to his left, turned back across his body and just flipped the pass up for Richardson. The wide receiver caught it just inside the left sideline in the end zone for the touchdown, and the 12-9 win that Chris Carson, the rookie running back, closed with runs in the final 4 minutes. Not Eddie Lacy. The closer back was not Thomas Rawls. Lacy was inactive in street clothes on the sidelines. Rawls was back healthy after a month out from a high ankle sprain, but he was on the sidelines after getting 6 early carries and going nowhere. So it became Chris Carson, 20 carries, 93 yards, who for now is the new lead rusher, the 7th round pick from Oklahoma State. That is almost the least of Seattle's concerns. The offense remains largely inept and inert. Their offensive line is still having problems getting run lanes or passing lanes. Russell Wilson just decided on the game-winning, game-decisive drive to take it upon himself. The Seahawks were calling pass plays, and noticeably on 3rd and 1, they brought in 3 tight ends and yet called for a pass. 3rd and 1 and deep in his own end, Wilson decided he wasn't even going to throw. He didn't look like he had any intent to throw. He took off running around the right end for a first down and extended the drive on a 7-yard scramble. Scrambled 2 more times on pass calls for 16 yards on the drive. Then he got it through a jump ball up for Amara Darboh, the rookie wide receiver. Had his defender draped all over him for a pass interference to get the ball down to the 12, which put the Seahawks in position for the winning score on Wilson's magical play. A play I believe few, if any, in the NFL can make, a truly quintessential Russell Wilson play that he pulled off when the Seahawks absolutely had to have it. The defense wasn't outstanding either. On the scoreboard it was, allowing only 2 field goals, but again, this is a team, the 49ers, have yet to score a touchdown this season. They lost 23-3 to Carolina last year. The Seahawks defense, many more missed tackles than usual. A damaging penalty on Cliff Averill in the open field for a face mask at the end of a long run by Carlos Hyde of 27 yards set up the 2nd field goal in a tie game at halftime, 6-6. Boos all around the stadium as the Seahawks went into the break. Hyde had a 61-yard run in the 2nd quarter that set up the first field goal for San Francisco. That came when Sheldon Richardson, the Seahawks stud defensive tackle, who specifically was ready for the outside zone run plays that Kyle Shanahan's offense was going to bring on Sunday. Richardson was on the sidelines for that play, and Hyde goes 61 yards past where Richardson would have been. When the 49ers drove to their go-ahead field goal score in the 4th quarter, Richardson was on the bench for the series of plays that got San Francisco from their own 30 to the Seahawks 20. It underlined for me how valuable Sheldon Richardson remains to this defense. When he was not on the field, that's when San Francisco got their biggest plays. And that was only a handful, fewer than 10 plays that Richardson didn't play, and those were the plays that the Seahawks defense got burned. Now they go to Tennessee next week. Tennessee's 1-1. A big win today over Jacksonville for the Titans. Marcus Mariota, a quarterback that can hurt them. What do the Seahawks do on offense? Do they Pete Carroll said that Thomas Rawls, the plan was for him to just get broken into playing again today, and that maybe the limited carries weren't more alarming than they seemed. He said Eddie Lacy is still in the team's plans, and that a combining of factors for who they needed to be active against this 49ers team was why Lacy didn't even suit up today. It's the first time I can find in Lacy's career that he missed a game as a healthy scratch. Every other game from the Packers when he joined the league in 2013 until he left it last winter, he missed games because of injury. He was a healthy scratch, Pete Carroll confirmed. No other injuries other than the sewn up finger that Paul Richardson returned from. No injuries reported anyway, although I have a feeling Richard Sherman's going to end up on that list again this week. Sherman made an allusion to that after the game, saying that the NFL wants everything reported, and he might have a, quote, hangnail this week that might show up too. Lots for the Seahawks to work on here before they play on Sunday, next Sunday at Tennessee. That's a 1:05 p.m. local Seattle time start in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll be covering that lead up to that game all week, as I always do, here on thenewstribune.com, and you can follow everything on Twitter from me at GBellSeattle. Thanks for watching.